Hey guys, welcome to another episode of BeanTown Boxing Banter and Bullshit. We got a couple of very special guests tonight. Derrick and Denzel Whitley, some upcoming boxers. They've boxed for Rivera Promotions uh, in the past. We're going to pick these guys' brains tonight. I've seen a couple of the fights today, and looks like we're going to be in for a good one, guys. These guys, monsters. So we're rolling. As always, we want to thank the sponsors. Emily's Interiors, my man Joe Cupsis. He also owns Remodel Works. Check him out for all your remodeling needs. My man wins awards, national awards. So thank you, Joe. Also, Platt's Landscaping, my very first sponsor ever. Without these guys, I wouldn't be here tonight. So we want to thank them. And Lundgren Honda, Shern's Boxing. Guys, let's go. We're about to have a good time.
Nah, he's home now.
All right, guys, here we are. AJ Rivera, my co-host, and we're here with the Whitleys, man. These are dangerous people right here. I saw some footage today in that ring. Man, I'll tell you, you guys, thank you for coming through tonight. AJ,
Thank you for having us.
we love it. AJ, kick it off for us. I know you got plenty of questions for these guys.
Definitely. First of all, I want to say how y'all doing? How you been? How's training?
Everything good. Denzel getting ready for his fight, so that's our main focus right now is as the gym. Him and Carlos, so they getting ready, getting them tremendous sparring, making sure that they get ready for what they got going on. I think you got a week?
Yep, next week, the 26th.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, so
That Framingham?
yeah, he's fighting over there.
Framingham show, yep.
Oh yeah, Framingham. Yeah, sorry.
I'll be there ringside, man. I'll be there.
Oh, you gonna be there
on the
ringside?
mat. Yeah.
How's that?
You get to
How's
see the
that,
show.
Okay. Get to see it live in action.
You guys?
That's
It's only like an
40
hour.
minutes. Yeah, 45 for
Okay, so it's about the same to Worcester.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay. All right, word. Springfield's not too far. Like you guys are actually close to Connecticut, close to Worcester, close
We're right
to
in the middle.
Right, like Worcester. Yeah, we're literally
Yeah.
like an even amount away from everything.
Right.
Word.
I may have one of you guys pick me up on the way, man. I'm in Worcester. I'm in the middle. I may actually need a ride, man.
That might be your best bet, honestly.
I'm in, bro. I'm in.
So we know what's going on with Denzel. What's up with you, Derrick? What's next for you, bro?
I just want December. So I had to fight. We just in negotiations right now. I actually just had a fallout again today. Some kid that was he was 7-1. So the contract fell through on his end. So we sent out another one today to another kid. So we looking. I mean, right now I'm signed out of Philly. So a lot of my fights are basically I'm on I'm kind of like associated as a Philly fighter, even though I'm from out here. This is gonna be my fourth fight for them. So we're looking at the fight was actually gonna be in Jersey. That was actually a good one. So don't have to travel too far this time. But so we just hoping to get this one through. Then we're looking at the end of April.
Okay. How's that Philly scene? How's it over there? Like, what's the venues like?
It's crazy. I mean, I fought at the 2300 Arena. That's my main. That's the main location. Yeah. I love it in there. It's historic. The energy is crazy. So it's dope. The guys is cool. Last fight, we was in the back the whole time with Jerron Ennis. So it's just nothing but talent behind there. So you get to pick everybody brain over there. His dad was working the corner of one of the fighters that was in my locker room. So it was cool to get his feedback on my fight and what different drills and stuff we could do. So it was cool.
I always tell people there's two main states that there ain't no bumps. Like a lot of people will try to build up their fighters early on in their career, and New York and Philly fighters, they ain't people to build up with. Even the journeymen, you get got on any given night.
Now I'm not even gonna hold you. Since I've been out like that, the vibe is just always different. Usually the main event is a Philly guy versus another Philly guy, and you would think it's kind of mass, everybody knows each other. Over there, I feel like nobody likes each other. Everybody in Philly, they want to we had where there's a fight coming on and somebody would be like, nah, I want you next. And you'd be like, dang, let me get through this one first. But Nah, Philly is different because they got North Philly, West Philly, like so they all be.
Yeah.
And then when
they're big enough. They're a big enough state that like
yeah.
Shit, I might have never seen you before type shit. Like,
yeah, it's not like over here, like you kind of know it. Like us and CT is kind of like associated together, so we usually know each other. But then, like we go to start moving to your way, like Worcester, you get the other side of guys, but we still know each other at the same time. So it's a little different.
Word.
West Philadelphia was a trigger in my head for the Fresh Prince. I don't. Did that happen for anybody else right there? Because as soon as I hear that, man, I would have just belted out that entire verse. But
that's hilarious. I was gonna say, us too, we have some similarities. I want to see if you guys had some of the same experiences as me. We both grew up fighting families. Pops, uncle, well known. How was that growing up? Like, did you feel any sense of pressure? Did y'all feel like boxing was your calling off rip? Like, give me some of that feedback growing up with, everyone knowing your family. You guys have a gym,
I mean, I feel like I was born in the gym. Like, not like born fighting, but like literally born in the gym. Like every day has always been like from a kid, just all our memories from the gym. We've been having a gym going on 28 years now. So that's probably longer than Denzel been alive. And then you got so growing up watching them in the gym all the time, training, doing all that stuff. But I mean, I necessarily didn't take that route. Like I always did it. Like we started with karate, then moved on. But I played basketball and football all the way until I finished with college, and then that's when I jumped into the boxing like that. So I started pretty late. I did a couple of amateurs, but I didn't really take it serious. So after that, I know Denzel's experience probably a little bit different than mine, but
yeah.
Boxing, I picked it up a little late. But hey, I'm in it now, and I like what I do, and I'm good at it. But it's not where I was. I mean, I started off as a bowler. A lot of people don't know. I was on a bowling league.
I would have guessed football. The way your body type is, you're like Sean Porter, bro.
I did play football too, but when I was in high school. But I always I was on the bowling league. So my brothers and cousins make fun of me because I the bowl. But hey,
I didn't even know they had a bowling league. I never even heard of that. So you started doing.
That's why my upper nice though, because
Do you have a 300?
Huh? I got one time.
In league or practice?
In a league.
It's the only one that counts, right? Do you have any practice that didn't count because it would?
Nah, close.
That was it. I dig it, man. Did you get a ring? You got a ring, right?
Nah, so I was we didn't use the it was the candle pin. So we used the small balls. So I was on a league when I was smaller, so I got trophies.
Oh, okay.
I dig it. That's incredible, man. That's nothing to mess with. Mookie Betts, he's a monster.
Mookie Betts be throwing
guy.
Curveballs.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
Bowling's nothing to mess with, man. That means this dude's accurate. So
I would say my upbringing was very similar. My upbringing was very similar to Derrick's, like, because we're older, so I think we were probably in the prime time of our parents' careers and shit. I was in the gym obviously with my dad was a young parent, so 19 years old, and that's when he started his career. So most of my childhood memories were like that, pretty much as far back as I could remember, just being in the gym. Like
always.
I wasn't even old enough. How about this? I wasn't even old enough for my first amateur fight. And at Ionic Ave Boys and Girls Club, they did a smoker, and I was 5 years old in my first amateur fight.
Yeah, my first amateur.
I'm trying to get that rematch.
Right.
I don't even know. I've never seen that kid ever again, actually. That's crazy. Because Worcester's so, like, we're big, but we're so small at the same time.
Because he don't want to see you. He ducking you. He don't want to.
He didn't want the smoke. He got called out last week, too. He didn't want the smoke.
That's hilarious.
AJ, I think that started a movement, bro. That whole conversation a few weeks ago, too, because I want to apologize if I say his name wrong, but to me it looks like Machete Cancel.
Who?
Machete Cancel.
Machete, Cansal.
See,
Oh.
I butchered it, but I'm saying his
Carlos.
kid.
His name is Carlos.
He's matchmaking. His kid's demeanor boxing right now is phenomenal. And how old is he? He's got what,
I
7 or 8?
tried to reach out to him one time. I don't know, he was busy, but I wanted to see if so even his kid, we can get his kid Bam on here. His daughter was nasty. His daughter Haley was nasty at one point.
How old is he?
And then he got Teo back. Teo actually got a few nationals. He was at the Colorado Training Center getting ready for the Olympic trials. He stopped boxing for a while, but he's back.
I think he's 7. Is he 7?
No, you talking about Bam?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bam's like 7. Yeah, he's like 7.
7,
I think he
bro.
might be 8. I think he has to be at least 8 because he's already fighting at like a national level, and you got to be 8 for USA boxing.
Damn, that's crazy. Denzel, what's the name of that little kid? The Menace.
Which one? Oh, the one. Right?
The name. Not Cam. The kid. The Menace kid.
I don't know his name, man.
There's this kid over here like by us. Yo, he's everywhere. Own t-shirts, hats, be outside Walmart training. Adonis. Yo, he's nasty though. He's nasty. Like
Bam wants both. Bam
like a natural. Like this kid's everywhere. Like his promotion game is like 100. Like it's crazy. And then he backs it up.
I respect it. I respect parents that like they already know how the game is. Like if you can get that, like, because some fighters just have like a fear of like marketing themselves. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it, or they just don't want to put themselves out there. So you already got leverage. If you know how to market yourself, if you get a fan base, you go into this pro game with leverage because now you bring value to a promoter besides being a B-side guy.
Nah, for sure.
You can get taken care of.
Yeah, like me fighting out your cards always was the most. That's probably one of the best ways I could have started my career. Besides having fun, like the promotion aspect, the press conferences, and I never did like even when I like the Shaka Moore fight was probably like the most circus fight. Like I'm like, yo, this dude he gonna kill me. He got like 50 fights. Like this dude crazy. But it was probably one of my.
That's what I saw today.
Probably
right?
Still one of my my favorite experiences. Like still like, and those is like kind of the reasons why you get into boxing. You get those fights that you.
And
like,
that's that was at the DCU Center, right?
And I just remember everybody that came out still talks about that fight. Like I had family come down from Florida, so it was like, and it was only my second fight, so it was like you still don't know what you're getting into. Like politics really hasn't hit the game yet, so it was just cool. Like like those are memories. Like I tell people like, yo, this. So it's cool. It's dope though.
I think one of my strong suits. You're strong in some things, weak in others. One of my strong suits is being born into the game. I understand that styles make fights, not records.
Right.
So like, I just knew, and there's no disrespect to Shaka. I just knew what Derrick brought to the table. I knew the lefty versus lefty thing. There was just certain things that, despite him having so many more fights, I just knew how it would go. Styles make fights. I tell people all the time. I'm like, yo, don't sleep on that 10-30 dude just because he's 10-30. Because if he gets the right 7-0 guy, perfect example, dude from Philly, a Vincey Dixon. Oh yeah, that dude is nice. If you can get caught sleeping on any given time, if you look, I think he's like 10-30 or 10-31, but his 10 wins ain't like
no slouch wins,
or 0-2. Like those are up. All 10 of those wins are upset wins. So there's 10 probably like undefeated dudes that thought, I'm about to wipe this dude.
You gotta treat everybody that get in that ring with the same respect. You know what I mean?
They bleed the same blood. They breathe the same air. And like I said, styles make fights. If Derrick is a very slick southpaw. He's a good boxer. He knows his range. He's gonna be a problem for guys that are just gonna stand there or come forward. And then you got guys You know, I from what I've seen, I haven't seen Denzel fight live before, but I've seen little snips. It looks like he's a killer. He likes to bring the bang.
Yeah, the
he likes to bring the bang. So for guys that don't like to be smothered and guys who don't like that kind of pressure, he's gonna be a problem for them, despite whatever their record is. You know, so once guys and matchmakers understand too about the whole styles make fight, because you know, I've seen certain fights where I'm like, damn, why are they putting that dude with this dude? I'm like, that's not a good matchup. You know, even if he wins, it's gonna be an ugly win. You know, once matchmakers understand that, then you know they'll be good. But both guys have come far in their career. Like I said, I mean, off the top of my head, after Derrick, I mean, you fought Sherrod, who was undefeated.
I'm on my I'm on my sixth. Yeah.
You fought what, 6 undefeated guys?
4 so far, but I got like the 2. Like basically, if I get by the end of the year, probably be like 6, 7. Who knows?
I love it.
Those are the ones I. It's not even like nothing on me. It's like those are the ones I like. You know what I'm saying? Like like when you in the gym, you get that extra motivation when you do those like, and it's not like. I mean, I'm no longer like seeing where I'm at. Like I know what I bring to the table. I know what I need to work on, where I want my career to go as far as what I want to do. But those fight like, I mean, I do be having that attitude sometimes. Like they bleed like me. Like what's the worst that's going to happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? So why not? If I put the work in, what I got to be worried about? You know what I'm saying? You got those people saying, oh man, but like, yeah, you don't want another loss, but like. That's the part. That's boxing. That's what.
But you know what? You know what? Those fights, win, lose, or draw, bring the most experience.
I've learned everything.
You already like you going in. Let's say you're fighting a 7-0 dude next, right? And let's say that 7-0 dude has never been tested. Like you're his first step up fight. Right. You already are 50 yards ahead of him because you've been there, you've been tested. Like you said, you know what you bring to the table. And this guy still has that question mark because he's been spoon-fed.
Right.
Those guys who've been spoon-fed, when it's time to get tested, they really don't. There's really they may have confidence, but they're deep down questioning themselves. Like, can I do this? What do I bring to the table? Because they've been spoon-fed, and they know they've been spoon-fed. They never seen nobody like this before, despite whether they're undefeated or not. You know, so I think that's something that you're gonna have towards your advantage middle end of your career is that you've been tested, you've been in there with top dogs, you know, like you said, what you need to work on. You're gonna be able to. There's gonna be that one fight that gets you that
yeah.
The Jerron type fight that you still at 47?
Nah, I just went down.
You went down?
You letting Big take care of that?
Yeah, I went down a little bit.
You down to 40?
My last fight was at 43? 43, yeah. 44.
Damn, I never even thought you could get that low.
Me neither.
That's crazy.
So I stepped on that scale. It's at 41. I said, oh, shoot. That's his amateur days.
You're about to be a big-ass 140. If you could really fight at 140, you're going to be a big-ass 140.
And this one down there got me on the weights now. So now, like, it's getting out. You know what I mean?
He said we let Big Boy take care of 47. Yo, I gotta know. I gotta get messy one time. You know, y'all be sparring together?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, I'm so pumped you said that. I was coming to it. I was waiting for like 5 minutes right there to be like.
We spot. What was that? Thursday?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yo,
Thursday.
he hit me with a right hand, and I got home like later on in the day, and I was like, my nose feel like that. Feel crazy.
You were like, I'm about to pop up at his crib.
Yo, I was so mad. I was so mad. I'm like, yo, I forgot you hit me with that right, but that's how it be though, because like it starts off like, you know, like then somebody land a go one, then it just after that.
It's always gonna be that brother competition too. So people stop
working out. They start looking like, oh yeah, they're getting kind of serious. So look.
What age or what point in Denzel's career did you like go from like I'm big brother slapping him around to now I got to take him serious and I got to actually show him something?
I think like I don't know. One time he did something. It was I thought like this one combo I landed all the time. Then like I just like he like countered it, and I'm like, oh yeah, all right. I can't do that. I can't do that no more. But nah, just watching them I think that's like the best part. Like I get to watch them. Like I remember when I started, and it's not like our paths is different, but you see progression, and that's like the good thing. Like so every fight, and it's not like even if it's the first round, not like whatever, he's challenging himself now. Like don't get hit with this. I'm landing this, and I just watch him being able to watch him put the work in the gym. That's a good thing. Now, usually we used to fight like on the same day or the week apart. Now we're fighting at different times, so I get to help him with camp the same way he helped me. So it's like you just know, like you see him getting better and better and better. So that's a dope part. Like I know next week is gonna be it's business time. So
I know that had to be fire for you, Denzel, knowing like when you see him step his game up against you in sparring, that's how you must knew deep down, like, oh, I'm getting better.
Oh yeah, of course. With him, my cousins that I used to spar, they used to piece me up with the speed or the reflexes, all that. Yeah, so like when I get in
I
there,
wanted rolling on him, man. I'm sad he's retired.
yeah, and he got his one dub and took it and went on his way.
But yeah, just getting in there and knowing that I can move better, I can touch him more. I'm seeing things. My reflexes is there now, and I'm able to, go along with them is showing my progression as well. Just because I know they've been in it longer, so just knowing that I'm at that level and I can keep up shows me how far I've came. You know what I mean?
My similar experience with that was I always sparred with my dad. Always. I mean, for 5 years, we used to move furniture in the house and spar in my room and stuff like that. And when he started being faster with me, when he started hitting me harder, that's how I knew I was stepping up to the point where he felt this is what he had to do. Like,
Right.
The last time we sparred, man, I felt an electric shock from my this side of my head down to my foot.
I got a reference to post.
The meanest overhand right, bro. That I knew after that. First of all, I was just on fighter instinct. I'm like, just fight back. But after that sparring, I knew, like, okay, I must either be hitting harder or must be faster than usual because he'd have never hit me like that before. Like
was that the post you put down
where he gave me CTE?
CTE.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call DCF on him. Yeah.
Nah. But that's the funny thing about Rowland, growing up, that's the only person I ever wanted to be. I ain't care about no amateur fight. I'm like, I want to beat Rowland up one time. And that's like, then it became a point where I became like big dog. Like I'm the guy that everybody trying to beat in the gym. I'm like, all right, cool. Now that was probably one of my, similar to like Denzel where he's at with me now. It's like that's the one person I was always trying to catch. So I'm like, yeah. Because he was just he's naturally gifted. Like,
I knew that too. I mean, for him to have that, I was at his pro debut. For him to have that long layoff and still look how he did, I mean, that's God-given ability, man. I mean, I can only imagine if he actually
I always say
dedicated himself.
I say it all the time. I'm like, if he just dedicated, but people fall. It's not like he didn't fall out of circumstances happen and all that stuff, but if he could come off the street now and still give you 6 solids. And I'm like, that's like, imagine if you gave yourself 3 months of just dedication, I'm like, yo. But I'm happy he did one. That was his dream. That was his goal to do one. He went 1-0 against a good kid too. No slouch.
Nah, he definitely did his thing. So my next question for both of you guys, we'll go local first and then we'll go national. Locally, if there's one guy that you guys could fight, who would you want to fight?
Oh, you brought it early this week.
Me? I don't really call nobody out. I mean, if it comes to the chance when I get to fight top guys, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? But I don't really look for nobody. I just fight whoever they put in front of me, to be honest.
Okay. So there's nobody locally that you're like, damn, like if I get him, I know that puts me in like the spot to now be at the where I want to be.
Stir it up, AJ. Stir it up. Yeah.
I fought mine. I wanted to rob that. I'm like,
well, shit. Now that you down that low, that rematch could potentially happen.
No boy. And and that build up was so crazy. That was like, it happened out of nowhere. I just remember he did an interview, and it was like, he was like, because he fought Denzel in the amateurs and he beat Denzel. He's like, I fought Denzel, I beat him. All the Whitleys fight the same. I'll beat him too. And I'm like, that was the whole reason why we fought. Because I'm like, now we gotta fight. I don't care about none of this money, nothing.
The Whitleys?
We just gotta fight. And I'm like, and I'm like, amateur is different because he wouldn't fight Denzel pro. He wouldn't do that. So I'm like,
amateur. I tell people all the time. Actually, I had this conversation last week when we weren't even live yet. But I had said, like, I know a lot of really good top fighters that, like, they could make it to the national level, but they could never get over the hump because certain guys just have that amateur style. Like, they'll never be good pros. They'll have the amateur style to the T. They'll win national after national after national, but they'll never be good pros. And because, the pros requires pacing yourself. It requires more thinking. It requires sitting on your punches. You can't just pity pat. You got to sit on that shit. You got to make a motherfucker respect you. If you pity pat, somebody's going to walk through that, And the amateurs, I feel like that 3 rounds creates a sense of urgency. So dudes are just drilling. And it's a point system. Punches that don't hurt count as points.
Right. That's why I like it. But no, they changed that, and I'm happy because.
Yeah, and the pros not so much. You gotta actually throw something that means something.
That's why I feel like I'm a better pro than I was an amateur. I mean, even though
we both weren't that good amateur. Like, we fought everybody there was to fight in the amateurs, but we weren't that good because we didn't have. I don't have an amateur style. He doesn't have an amateur style. So it's like
I never witnessed the amateur fight until I actually fought amateur. I grew up only watching pros. My dad was a pro by the time I was born. Bobby Harris Sr. was a pro. Sean Fitzgerald, Rashad Minor, Owen, like all these guys were already pros, So by the time, I got in the amateurs, it was like I was sitting there trying to bang like a pro, and it doesn't work.
Right.
My dad actually only had like a 32-15 amateur record, no nationals, nothing. But 3 world championships came out of that.
Right. I only fought 30 times. I fought 30 times. He fought, I don't know.
I only got like 30 fights too. I ain't fighting no high level.
Yeah, but your 30 fights were like, didn't you?
I fought everybody.
Making an amateur buzz.
Yeah. I fought everybody that was about to turn pro, so they was on their way on to the next step. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna say, I remember hearing about you because I think it was after one of the last times you fought for me, Derrick. I think it was either your pops or your uncle that told me to be on the lookout.
Yeah,
for Denzel.
He fought Sherrod at the casino.
Okay, at Mohegan.
I only had 8 fights. He had like 30 something, and I took the fight. You know what I mean? So I was just testing myself every step of the way. I was just trying to get out there.
Think about like at the time we did amateur, Rashidi Ellis. My brother fought Rashidi Ellis 3 times.
Oh,
that's the circuit that we was on. We was on with all them guys.
That I was telling Mike that that 141 division. That one, I hated my weight class. I was 41 too, and I'm like, damn. Like at any given time, I could end up drawing in a tournament. Rashidi, Zach Ramsey, R.I.P. DeLumbo was there.
Yeah, all them guys. That's so like every tournament, like
Marcelo was there.
You find all these guys
in the New England region. 141 was stacked as an amateur. I would go as far as saying out of all the weight classes, that was easily the most competitive one.
132, 141 was always, if you came to the Golden Gloves or Rocky Marciano, any one of them tournaments, everybody was watching those 2 divisions because it was just these kids already had the talent. Like you already knew, like they're gonna be something special. Like it's gonna be all the Fosters.
I was gonna say 32 Fosters. Elijah was there. Elijah from Rhode Island, from Big Six.
Yep. Rosa's son, RIP. All them guys is like
Jermaine was there. Yup.
crazy. And so this is like this. I mean, but I always say this all the time. Like boxing wasn't as big. It was like a unit. Like if you didn't box, you didn't really know what was going on. So like you, like me, like I remember like my senior year was like around my first amateur fight. Like people was like, yo, you fought last weekend? I'm like, yeah. They're like a fight. I'm like, yeah. Like, but now everybody knows about boxing. But if you didn't box back then, you didn't know that like boxing was a thing.
Massachusetts is. I've said it on I forgot which podcast I said it on, but they lack support in anything, and not just in boxing. You know, like Jordan Lucas. Jordan Lucas had to like go outwards. Like I think he signed with a record label from like Atlanta, like before he finally got that support. You know, my dad had to go win a championship at Berlin, Germany for him to finally get that support. Like he wasn't selling out nothing over here. He wasn't even selling out the Palladium. And then he goes to Berlin, Germany, comes back with the WBA championship, and then puts 14,000 in the DCU Center.
Right.
You know, it's almost like, I think like there's a standard, like New England, like the New England Patriots, the Celtics, the Red Sox. If you're not a champion at championship status, they won't support.
Right. They only want when you're at the top.
Get to the top.
They only want to see you when you're at the top. They only want to support and ride that wave when you're at the top. But they don't want to. They don't want to follow it there.
They hate you the next day. They love you one night, hate you the next day. That's been
I'll never forget. And this kid was nasty. I mean, still nasty. I still think he can come out of retirement. But I'll never forget when Edwin Rodriguez, he was already probably like 8 or 9-0, and he was signed with DeBella at the time, and he came to Worcester for his homecoming because none of his fights were in Worcester yet. He couldn't even sell out like Mechanics Hall, and like Lou DeBella after that was like, I'm not coming back here, you know.
Right.
And like that's corny to me because Edwin had a great amateur career. Like Edwin would have went to the Olympics. He dropped out voluntarily because his twins were born at like 3 months old.
Right.
So he dropped out. He was going the same year that Boo Boo went.
Oh, yep. See, that's those areas like we was in like out here, like for us in Springfield. We got the venues too. They just don't. One, we don't have no promoter right here. That's like number one. Like it's not. And mind you, we got so many. We got what? 1, 2. We got like 6 undefeated pros in Springfield. Between him, Joshua Order, Anthony Velasquez, Carlo, all these guys are in Springfield. But yeah,
my dad started his career in Springfield.
We'll throw a Springfield show with a New York guy headlining. Like we actually have been wanting to go to Springfield for a very long time,
but either the guy, like the venues, either don't get back or they're charging like an outrageous. Like it's almost like they don't even want boxing there, which is weird.
Yeah, they're being
Springfield is a fighting like city. Like they have a lot of great talent out of there, and you're 30 minutes from Hartford. So like for me, if I go to Springfield, I'm getting all them Springfield guys that are free agents and able to fight, and them Connecticut guys. That would be the most perfect show you can do. Right. But the venues, man, they're weird, you know?
So for us, like the closest thing is you guys or we got to go with CES to Rhode Island, and then we're still feeling like the B-side, and we 30 minutes from
Jimmy
no shade. Listen, no shade over there. But everyone at CES is B-side. Yeah. Everyone. The kind of fight that they do is they don't
shots fired.
No, there's no shots fired. There's no shots fired. I got nothing but respect because you know what? When I was in college, I learned a lot about I only really knew about the 10, 12 round level because that's what I grew up watching with my dad. So when it came to like the 4, 6, 8 round level and stuff, I learned a lot when I worked for CES when I was going to college in Rhode Island. And Mr. B is very old school. He's likes those like, skills pay the bills. It's no longer like sometimes, not that he can't adapt because his son does a phenomenal job with They got the MMA thing going. They're doing their thing over there. But comes from the era where like Leonard fought Duran and Leonard fought Hagler and Leonard fought Tommy Hearns. Nowadays, you could get a bag without having to fight somebody like that.
I'll tell you, I met him at Jermaine's workout.
He still treats today's boxing like that. Because, like, for me, I'm not putting my 4-0 guy against another 4-0 guy. That doesn't make much sense to me. But it works for him. So it is what it is. When
I met him at the workout, all I could think of, I didn't even know who he was at first. I never met him. He sent me a message the day before, and it looked like a mass message. So I was like, I'm not answering it. He walked in the door, and all I could think of was this dude's something out of The Sopranos. Like, he's a character out of The Sopranos. Like, then to the other side of me, there's a dude in a trench coat, and it's Joe Petty. And I'm like, where am I? I don't even know what's going on. But
so he was the only promoter for about 25 years in New England.
Nah, he booked my dad fight. That's how my dad still call him Mr. B. But ever since I went up, like I've had a great experience every time I fought on there. But yeah, he gave me that Soprano vibes too. He sent the contract over like.
I was like, what the hell, man? But he's a great dude. He's funny too. He knows how to like at Jermaine's workout. He was on the mic, and it was impressive to watch him run the room. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can tell he's good at what he does. That was the first time I have ever met him, but it was Sopranos all day, man. And I think in the middle of Jermaine's workout, I think he gave props to Worcester through Buddy Cianci, who was old school Providence. I don't know, man. I'm not messing with Jimmy Burfield Sr.
His memory is crazy. He can remember a fight like the day, whatever. The last time I was about to fight, I was gonna fight Ray Oliveira's son. And they shut it down because of COVID. The day of we was driving to the venue. The day of the fight.
That would be a fire fight for you, actually.
We was gonna go, we was on the way to the venue. They called us on the way, like, hey, don't come over here. There's no fight today. I was like, damn, we weighed in, everything. Weighed in, was in the hotel.
Got sick to my stomach. Because I know you probably on the way. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, we already weighed in. It was the day out. It was the day of the fight. We was chilling. It was the morning. We was about to leave out, and then they called us on the way. Like, yeah, that was the last time I had any dealings with CES. But that was gonna be a show. I was ready for that one. He was ready for that. I was the first fight. I'm like, he was right. Yo, he looked big as
yeah, that boy was.
He ready. Dropped down. Yo, he dropped down to. I didn't even think he could. Yo, it was his first. He was like 178 as an amateur, and but he dropped down to 147.
We fought twice in the amateurs. I beat him once. He beat me once. So that was gonna be our trilogy.
Oh, that's fine.
But but that was his first fight without his dad. So I was like, damn, it's kind of personal for him. So he about to try to really hurt me. But
dude, we're only 45 minutes in, and we've already made about 15 matches tonight. I can't wait to get this card on. We got AJ.
We got like 15 matches for Derrick, but Denzel.
No, we're pulling him last week too. My guy,
we're gonna get Denzel a match tonight.
Remember last week? You called out Luis Collazo last week, and I forgot by the end of it.
Yo, Denzel need that belt. That's over there. What's up? What's that belt that y'all had like 3 fights in a row that nobody claimed their belt, right? It was like 3
draws. This is like the
I don't know if we can allow this.
So listen to this. All Wilfredo Pagan's fights have been with me. He's 6-0 with me.
Right.
He goes to CES and he fights Marquise Bates. He gets his first loss.
That's my guy. Shout out to Bates.
But because of the way he lost, he was put on like I think Rhode Island put him on like a 90-day suspension.
Yeah.
So I was originally gonna have him fight for that belt, but because he was on suspension, I couldn't do it. So I had Sidney Macau and Anthony Everett fight.
That's a wash, bro.
They get a headbutt.
Sydney's nice. That's what I'm saying. I know Sydney. Sydney good.
I was sick. They get a headbutt, but belt comes back to me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Now, the next show we do, Wilfredo's ready to go. Him and Carlos, first fight. like almost like that drill where like they put a tire in the middle of the ring and they just don't stop. Like, not all jokes aside, the first fight was more exciting. The second fight was still phenomenal. First fight was different. Like, there was a time period where Wilfredo looked like he was about to go, and then there was a time period where it looked like Carlos was about to go. It was really much so like Gotti Ward vibes, that first fight. That fight ends in a draw. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is the second time this belt comes back with me. Now the third time was I give them the rematch. Carlos Wilfredo, the rematch. Now the third fight, I actually thought was more wide open than the first fight. I thought Wilfredo pulled enough to get the win. I thought in the first fight, I had gave Wilfredo the first round, and I gave Carlos 2, 3, and 4. And then I gave Wilfredo 5 and 6. So I had it a draw. I actually remember before the 6th round started saying to Wilfredo's trainer, Wilfredo has to win this round to get a draw. Like, I had called that.
Right.
And he did. He won the 6th round of that fight. He got the draw. Now the second fight, I actually had it. I probably had it like 4-2 Wilfredo in the 6th round fight. And
it was another draw.
It was another draw. So that's 3
look.
times this belt. I got this belt. I got the belt in my whip right now. I don't even want to bring it inside my house. I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm about to go to Main South. I'm about to go to Main South and ask 2 bums to fight for this belt. Like,
that's a 47?
Nah, 40.
Oh, who did you give the strap to, though? Who
got the strap to the podcast champion, Mike. After having this belt, I was like,
yo, Mike, Mike, me and you a smoker, and
look, I'm at 200 though. You gotta come up. I'm
cool. I'm cool. Like,
look,
so here's the thing, right? I got this New England belt at 140, and then I also have a Connecticut state title at 40. So I got 2 belts up for grabs.
Go ahead, DJ, get that.
I need both of them. What's up?
You
know who to call.
You gotta talk to your promoter, bro. You know you're always welcome with the Rivera team.
I know my promoter. He be telling me I do it too much anyway. He be like, yo, always. And I be on Facebook. I be seeing people like, oh yeah, what's up? I need to fight him right there. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy that you can make. I can't even bro. One of the fights that you had with me, you came in overweight for 47.
I was sick though, and I remember that dude. He wanted to kill me. He was so mad. That was my third fight. Yo, he wanted to beat me up. He was so mad. He was like, he came in at what? I'm like, damn. That was my first. I tell that story all the time. I remember I told you, I was like, you looked at me. You was like.
Because I'm like, bro, because you know me, I don't ever force fighters to take fights.
Yo, it was so funny.
I'm like, whatever you're comfortable at. So like, I'm like, bro, you could have hit me up a couple weeks before the fight and been like,
I did. Yo, I promise you, I was
150 or something. Because now I feel bad because like I come from like both sides. I come from the business side because I've witnessed the business side, but I come from the boxing side, so I sympathize with these guys. I don't want to be taking money from guys' purses. I don't want to be like,
I felt so bad. That day, I didn't even hit the scale for like a good 2 weeks. I was just sick. And I remember Vinny was like, you already signed the contract. You got to go. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. I wait. I remember I drove all the way over there. I get there. I didn't expect it to be that high, but when I got off and I just looked at everybody was like, oh, I just heard the room. It was a small room. I got on the scale.
Yo, Mike, it wasn't a little bit overweight. He was
I was like 51. I was like 50. Yeah, I was in the next class. And he came in under too. That was the bad. I was like, at least he might come in a little over. He came under. I was like,
busted.
Yo,
he was really trying to really take Derrick's head off that day too.
I was killing him though. That was a good fight though.
That dude was tough. That dude was definitely tough. He definitely brought it. I was actually shocked because
I was just watching that fight the other day.
Right after I matched you up with him, he dropped down to 35. And I matched him up in Connecticut against Onwell. I didn't even think he could get that low. But he's like, I'm an MMA fighter, bro. I can make any weight. Them MMA dudes are sick.
They really do that.
I thought boxers were bad. MMA dudes are bad. Like really bad.
It's because they're wrestlers though. It's the wrestlers that used to like killing.
No, but they do like they got things down to a T. Like they know what it is with the salt bath, with the the sauna, with everything. They're really crazy. I'm like, you really can make 35? I'm like, you just fought my man's at 147. He's like, nah, I can make it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I match him up against Onwell Rosa at 35. He made the weight too.
The bad
I was so
dude.
shocked. I'm like, yo.
He was like doing some crazy in the ring. He was doing some crazy stuff to me. I'm like, yo, he gotta chill out. He was trying to lick he was
this the white boy?
Yeah, remember he was trying to lick his blood. He was trying to lick his blood. He was trying to I don't know what he was blowing kisses at me. I'm like, yo, this dude
that nigga was crazy.
He's whispering to me while we fighting. He's like, oh yeah, you like that? I'm like, yeah, he's crazy. Man.
Yo, those are the worst. Those are the worst guys to fight.
He was in my head a little bit.
You can hit them as hard as you want. They're not going nowhere. They start saying sick shit like that, licking their blood off your shoulder.
Yo, that's what he was doing. He was like, he was asking me weird stuff. Like, you smell that? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, yo, this dude's good. I was like, yo, this dude's crazy. But yeah, I be talking, but now I swear I got that from him. Like, like before you don't know, you just be like regular fighting, like you'll never talk. Now I be talking all the time now. But like before you talk, I'm like, oh shoot, you could talk.
Shout out to Roger then.
Shout out to Roger, man. Mr. Blankenship.
God.
That was awesome.
So since you don't like to call nobody out at a local level, who would be a good fight for you at a national level? Is anyone you got your eyes on there?
Yo, to be honest, I don't be looking. You
gotta get mean. Who are we fighting?
I'm mean, but once they give me the dude, I get mean. I don't know. I don't be looking like.
Who are you fighting the 26th?
Alfred Raymond, I believe his name is.
Yeah, he don't even know his opponent's name. That's how much he don't be looking.
Yeah,
he just got a new one. His other guy, right? You just got.
Oh yeah, so there's a thing. I believe I'm still fighting the same guy, but they also brought me another guy just in case. But I believe I'm still fighting the same guy.
You're so I believe you're willing to take both. When it doesn't matter. You can't prepare for both. You got to prepare for everybody, right? I like that.
I just got to be the best I can be. You know what I mean? So I like that. I'm preparing myself to be ready.
What about you, Derrick?
I need Terrence Crawford tomorrow.
Whoa!
Just saying.
We was just talking about calling out Terrence Crawford. I want Javante. I'll drop. Right.
Wow! All right.
They didn't even go reasonable. They went to the top dogs at their divisions and was like,
"Hey, yo, I want this kid. I want that kid. What's his name? Oh, I want Xander Zayas.
Zayas?
Yeah.
Well, Xander 54 though.
Huh?
He fights at 54.
We were supposed to fight. We were supposed to fight before when he was like 4-0. We sent over the contract.
He's 54 now.
Yo, but I'm saying, but this is right when he came out of the Olympics, they offered to fight. I'm like, yeah, I had just finished fighting Marcel. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, bet, I need that. Then we set it up. We were supposed to go top rank, everything. And then I don't know, they just called me like, yo, it's not going through. Then next time I see him, he blown up all over everywhere. I'm like, damn. So yeah.
So I think
no bull. I was like, but he doing good. He doing real good. He got like
he looks smooth.
Didn't he get knocked out of the year last year?
Yeah, yo, he won. No, he got prospect of the year.
Yeah, he went. I'm like, damn, that could have been me. Upset of the year.
So the matchmaker and me. I'm gonna say for Derrick, I think Barrios. Barrios is a good one for you.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed how he looked against
I know, right?
Starman. Thurman
And
beat
I was
that
gonna
ass.
actually believe it or not, I'll go as far as saying Barrios and Thurman, both of them.
I would like a Thurman
Barrios
fight.
still, despite how Barrios looked,
Oh,
there
nah.
was a time period where it looked like he was about to stop Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman took the mouthpiece out and held it,
Oh, when
his
he caught him
glove,
with
Yo,
that body
that's
shot.
how crazy is that?
if that round was 45 seconds longer, he would have dropped Thurman.
Yo, people never even didn't realize what he was doing. It was like, oh, like, I'm
I
like,
knew
nah.
right away because I've seen him do it in like 3 other fights. I think he
I was
did it
about to
against.
say Sean
He
Porter
did it
pointed
against.
it out. He be
He
doing
did
that.
it to Sean Porter. He did it against Luis Collazo. Luis Collazo fought my dad. Collazo hit him. Collazo was getting beat by Thurman, but Collazo hit Thurman with a good body. He don't like being touched to the body at all.
He looked in crazy shape too.
Nah, he did. That boy was ripped
He
up.
came in underweight.
He looked in
great.
crazy
I was like,
shape.
damn, 145? I was like, shit. So those are my 2 fights for Derrick. Will be, I say, either Barrios or Thurman. That will get you right over the hump.
What you got
And then,
local from me?
Ooh, he wants to get
he's trying to get that
He
belt.
wants to get messy now.
No. I'm just saying the match. I'm trying to pick the brain of the matchmaker in you. That's all.
Locally.
But it's
So
got
now
to be for that
are we
belt.
talking 40? Are we talking 47 or are we talking 40?
I can make both.
We
Hey,
talk
yo, D, you gotta tell him 40 for the strap.
40 for the strap.
If we talking okay, hold on. If we talking 47, I like the Oliveira fight. If we talking,
is he
40,
active though? Is he active still? He in the gym?
Yeah. I think what it is just fighters that don't have promoters. Sometimes they gotta. It takes longer for them to get fights. So hold on, real quick. Hold on. So fighters that I just had to get my door real quick. Fighters that don't got promoters, it just takes longer for them to get fights and stuff like that. But he's active. But I would definitely say I like that fight at 47. At 40, I like I like a DeLumba fight for you.
Ooh. I always wanted to fight the lumber too.
I like that fight for you at 140. No disrespect. Cool kid.
Nah, I like the lumber.
I'm a fan. I like him. But I think, like I said, styles make fights. I think that's a good fight.
fan. I like the lumber.
Now for Denzel, if we're talking at a national level, I actually like Josue Vargas for Denzel.
And he be on the comeback trying to take your hat off.
I know, right?
Yeah. But I think sometimes I was one of the podcasts I was talking with Mike. Sometimes you gotta work with what you had. Like, and I use Paulie Malignaggi as an example. Like, Paulie got a box. It's what he has to do because Paulie don't got the power to sit there and bang with dudes. Especially if you're one of those dudes who are like, you know what? We're gonna be in this phone booth tonight, motherfucker. I'm gonna bring my shit, you're gonna bring your shit. What you got? You know, and Paulie realistically doesn't have the power to keep guys off of him. And I think for Josue, has to box more and he be trying to slug a little bit too much. And I don't think he got the power to slug. That's the problem. You know, he's got pop, but as you saw in the last fight with the Mexican cat, like there's some dudes who can really pop.
No.
You feel what I'm saying? You know, so and I think some dudes look better when you give them space and time to think. And some dudes will fold no matter how skillful they are if you pressure them, make them uncomfortable, get in their ass kind of thing. Kind of like Timothy Bradley. You know, like Denzel give me kind of like Timothy Bradley vibes. Like he's a volume puncher. You know, he's gonna be on your ass. He's gonna smother you. He wants to bang. And so I think he's gonna make a lot of guys who have that pretty boy style uncomfortable. So at the local or the national level, I say, you know, Josue Vargas. And then for the local level,
I got one in mind.
You searching?
I got one in mind. I just don't want feel some type of way. So,
I don't know.
I'll
I don't
keep
know
that
who
in.
just. I don't know who just came in, but I'm thinking Bobby Harris 3 in the mix here.
No, for Denzel.
I'm thinking. I don't.
They're
I'm
weight. They're
going
weight.
to ask at the end of this whole thing anyway. Who's going to win between these two?
Their
Well, I
weight
think-
classes are like 3-4 weight classes apart.
What's Bobby fighting at now?
Bobby fights at 168.
68, right?
So it would be.
So
be.
I
Derrick.
would say like I said, and like
I mean, it would be
great
Denzel.
fighter, great fighter, great kid. Nothing against him. Super talented. He does the marketing the right way. But if I went on a local level, I would say for Denzel Marcelo.
I would sell some tickets. I ain't even gonna hold you. I would sell some tickets.
Hey, he himself is a whole 2
Brand.
3 bags. Like him himself, he got the marketing down point. I respect it 100%. Like, you know, if I could fight my local crackhead for a milli and win, I ain't gonna fight you for a milli and risk losing. You feel me?
Right.
Like if I have it like that and I can sell tickets like that, there'll be no point for me, you know? So I respect it. I respect it on both sides because I'm on both sides. So I see what like my dad went through, and I'm like, damn, I sympathize for the fighters. Like the fighters should be getting more bread. And then at the same time, I also understand the promotion standpoint. It's like, you know, I can't give you bread that you're not bringing me in. You know, if you're not bringing me 100,000, I can't give you 100,000.
St. Curtis Marcelo one time, and his like from the locker room to like when he comes in, everything is like exaggerated to the point like I'm like, damn. In the same locker room, and I'm like, why his shit look brighter over there? I'm like, why he got cameraman and all that? And I'm fighting after him.
He's got that marketing shit down to a T.
Yo,
Like,
it was like
the whole training at the TMT gym, like
yo, he had that you know, them people that like talk to you, hype you up. He had somebody doing that. I'm like, damn, kind of want that.
100%, you know. But
I was dope. Like
boxing is one of those. Hey, yeah. If your food gotta get ate, your food gotta get ate. You're in my way, you know. And
Devin, I probably say he probably one of the top market. He be.
I feel like that right there for either one of you guys, like it automatically propels you to the next level, not just because of his record, but because of his marketing. I mean, I think if I look on his Instagram right now, I'm almost positive man got 100,000 followers or more.
Probably.
Like, and that's big because man he's a local guy. So
it's all about that social media now. How you
100. Hey, how about this? Verified, blue check mark. 186,000 followers, only following 1,900.
And we fight on the same card. God damn.
It's crazy, right?
blue check mark in all. Like
I fight after him. He fight before me. Sick.
That marketing, man. I tell you.
Yo, I give it to him. Oh, that's the thing too, especially when you go to Rhode Island, like, and you know how the Twin Rivers Casino is like, so that shit get packed. So like when you go, you like, damn. When he do fight, it sound like you in the stadium or something. I'm like, yeah, he got that.
Oh yeah, nah, 100%. I'm like, I think it was one fight. It might have only been like a 4-round fight. But like you would have really thought the only time, so obviously I worked for CES and like there was a few times where like, you know, the shows were regular, but then there was like maybe like 2 different occasions where the shows were like, yo, this shit is jumping. One of them, the first one that comes to mind is when Peter Manfredo came out of retirement.
Oh,
He was supposed to fight Angel Camacho, who was undefeated at the time. Angel Camacho got hurt, so Vladimir Biasi stepped in. They fought to a draw, so it was actually a really good fight. But Manfredo, when he was there, man, Twin River was jumping. It was crazy that night. And then the only other night that I could think of was one of the nights that Marcelo fought that, like, I was like, yo, you would think Manfredo or Vinny Paz is in here.
Crazy. Nah, he definitely yo. I'm telling you.
And he was only at a 4-round level at the time. I'm like, yo, what the?
And the thing is, it's not like he can't fight. He can fight. That's the thing.
Oh no,
He
100%. No, don't get me wrong. When I say like, oh, I like a certain fight for a certain person, it's not like, oh, this is a guaranteed win for him. This is like, oh, this style just kind of favors him. Because the kid can fight. The kid can box. The kid is very well. Matter of fact, I have a local stablemate in Worcester that was really, he was good fighter and stuff like that. And I feel like his sparrings with Marcella made him elevate. So where when I was sparring with him, I was like, yo, this dude is getting better and better. But Mike Briggs.
Oh, okay, yep.
Mike Briggs used to spar with Marcelo all the time. And I just feel like those sparrings made him elevate to a different level. And then eventually little brother Nick Briggs, I always knew Nick was going to be special because, he was in the gym younger. He was around all of us. And then he ended up hitting this crazy growth spurt where he was like 6 feet tall fighting at 130, which is freak of nature shit.
Yeah, that's OD.
Dudes fight at 130 are like 5'3", 5'4", like not 6 feet.
Nah, that's what, damn.
And then by the time he hit pro, I think he was fighting 40, 47, but like 6'2".
Let me borrow some height.
Right.
How tall are you, Denzel?
I gotta be like 5'5", 5'6". Yeah.
He didn't even respond. He gave me the whistle.
He said, damn.
But swole, no. But the reason why I say that is because, like, I seen his body type, swole as shit. Like, that's why I thought, as he said, a bowler, I'm over here thinking he's going to say I was a football, like, safety or something. Or
I did play football. I played safety, corner, and wide receiver, but I started off as a bowler.
Yeah,
well, you guys got another relative that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was a pretty nasty football player.
My brother Dom.
My brother. Yeah, my other brother.
How many? So, all right.
It's 5 of you.
You two are brothers.
Yeah.
How many?
You and Rollin you guys are Rollin's cousins.
Yeah.
So then where the
my other brother's the one that fought Rashidi all the time. He's the one that played football. And then Rollin's brother, Dom, okay. He's tall. He's kind of taller. Nah, he like Denzel's body type, just like my color. And then so then I remember there was one that I met at the weigh-in when you were fighting for me. Seemed like he was like taller and skinnier. Oh, probably my cousin Donnie. That's the other twin son. Yeah. Okay. That's my other cousin. And then Rollin's brother also fought it. Also fought. Damn, I didn't realize there was that many of you guys. Yo, we went to a show one time, and it was like 6 of us, all Whitleys. Like, you look on the thing, like Whitley. All of us out of the amateur fight one time. Like, it was like the one time. It was like the one time all of us got booked. Like, cause we never usually like 3 of us or 4 of us. It was a one time all of us got booked on the same card. It was pretty dope though.
Now we need to get Rollin out of retirement and get us all on one pro card.
That's the dream. If we all could be on the same card.
I always told Rollin too, like, yo, like, you could come fight for me and stuff like that. And then, like, what ended up, I think, so Rollin made his pro debut, I think, either late 2019, early 2020, and then COVID hit. So that obviously stalled everything. And then when we made the comeback, when we started doing shows again, I think he just wasn't active. Yeah, well, he just like, it's the process. Like, everybody's not like, it's a lonely sport. Like, it's hard to keep training when you don't really have nothing coming up. So, like, you got to be, it's one of them sports, like, even. You got to be self-dedicated. Yeah, so, like, basketball, your trainers ain't going to do it for you. Yeah, so, like, there's no teammates. And it's easy to make an excuse. Like, you know what, I had a long ass day at work today. Like, I don't feel like going to the gym. Oh, my girl got an argument. Like, you don't have, like, basketball where, like, you got team practice, like all that stuff. It's not like that. So, like, for him, like, that show, like, that's okay. Like, okay, me and him got booked on the same car. So I'm in the gym getting ready for the same show that you getting ready for. But after that, I got signed. So we're not gonna be fighting on the same cards no more. Then Denzel got signed. He's not gonna be fighting on the same cards no more. So it's like, you gotta either do your own thing or just like stay in the gym till you get another
And
My
then
thing about it is if the dream and the aspirations of being a world champion are not there anymore, at least with your talent level, go make a bag out of it.
yo, that's
Build your record. Build your
could've-
record up. Build your record up to like 10-0. Yo, dudes right now 10-0, especially with COVID. Like some of the offers I've got, you know, my thing is listed on BoxRec. BoxRec is like I call it the ancient artifact files of boxers, promoters, matches. You can find everyone's information on BoxRec, but I get a lot of guys, you know, from all different managers, agents, promoters, you know, Top Rank, DAZN, all those guys. I think the craziest one for me was like a $4,500 fight for 4 rounds, which is absurd. For a 4-round fight, and I think the kid was only like 1-0 or 2-0. And it was crazy as it was a 126-pounder. It wasn't like it was a heavyweight, a middleweight, you know, like the big guys always get paid more. It was
got
like
that following.
126-pounder, 1-0. It was like a $4,500 fight, 4 rounds.
all day tomorrow.
Easy.
Tomorrow. You said what? How much? How long I got? That's how.
I think when they called me, it was like 2 weeks.
When they called, like we just got a call. Like I just fought in December. It was like, yeah, I fought December 10th. They gave me the offer to that Omar Rosario fight that just happened. That show December 25th. The kid has he signed the top ring, and that it was like a 6th round. It was offering like 8,500 or something like that. I'm like,
ever since COVID happened, the pay went out of this world. Like for 4
we say
fight,
yeah.
You'll be lucky to get $2,000 for a 4-round fight.
Yeah, we say yeah so fast, but I think I say yeah too fast because they took that offer off the table. I'm like, they're like, yeah, nah, this guy's too excited.
I had a dude from Poland, mind you. This dude was like 40 years old. I got a dude from Poland hit me up talking about $25,000 for an 8-round fight. 25,000 pounds, actually, euros. So I think our money, that was like 28,000. It was like 25 their money, but like 28 hours. Because I did the Google. I was like, because he put the weird symbol at the end. I was like, the fuck is that?
$6.
I was like, yo, I'm not about to say yes to this. I'm not about to say yes to this, and I don't even know what this money equals. But it was like for an 8-round fight, and the dude was only like, I think he had like 38 wins against like bums, and he had like 3 or 4 losses against like any fighter that he stepped up against. So basically 3 or 4 of his fights that he stepped up, he lost. But the 35 fights that were bums, he won. And it was like a 25,000 euros, 28,000 our money. I was like, shit, cruiserweight? I might take that myself.
Right, take my dude.
They were like, nah, we can't. You're a pro. They were like, I actually said it. I was like, well, will they take a pro debut? I didn't say myself, but I was like, will they take a pro debut? They were like, no. He has to have at least like 10 fights. I'm like, shit. Right. I was really ready to. I'm nowhere near cruiserweight, but I would have took that.
I could get there.
Shit, I was 28,000. You know what? I'll run laps around the ring. At cruiserweight, I'm running laps around the ring. I might even crawl under the dude's legs. I already know he probably like 6'3", 6'4".
I can make this dive look real good. No.
The phantom punch. The wind knocked me out. You know, the first hook that he throws and I make him miss and I feel that wind come across my face, I'm gonna be like, oh.
The Tyrone Woodley special.
The Tyrone.
Yeah, we talking about it.
Damn.
I don't mean to cut you off though, but my phone about to die, so I don't want to like.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We'll get ready to wrap it up. We appreciate y'all for coming on.
I want to just dive out like, oh shoot.
This is a great combo again, man.
Huh?
Anything you guys want to shout out? Denzel, you want to shout your promoters out? Anybody?
Yeah, let me shout out Granite Chin Promotions and For anybody watching this, y'all come watch me fight next weekend on the 26th. You know what I mean? It's gonna be exciting.
Where at?
In Framingham, Mass.
Framingham.
Sheridan,
TG's
Baltimore.
fighting too. TG time
Yes.
that night too.
All right.
Yeah, yep.
Any sponsors you want to give a special shout out to?
Yes, Days Cannabis.
Yes.
My other sponsor, my girls, Deani's Boutique. What's it called? Genuine Culture. And my last one is Bori Sushi. Try that sushi, Eastfield Mall. It's good.
You know what? I actually like me some sushi. I never heard of that place, but just because you said it, I'm gonna go.
Wow.
Nah,
Yeah.
you should. You like Spanish food?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Of course. That's why I said.
I hate it.
It's Spanish food, sushi.
Oh, I seen them on TikTok. Hold on.
Hey yo,
Hold on. Is it?
that's my sponsor.
That's your sponsor?
Yeah, they gonna be at the fight. If you
Let me
come, I'll
see.
tell them to bring you some sushi.
Tell them to bring some chicken
Oh.
fingers too. I
Oh,
don't eat
you
sushi,
tease-
but I'll go
you
there and get
teasing
some
me now.
rice.
Oh wait,
Right.
no, it's not. It's not them. It's something similar. This one is called Is it the same? Yeah. So this one's in Lawrence, but they got the same thing going.
Oh,
And they
okay.
had
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Spanish, they had the Spanish sushi.
Nah,
This one's in Lawrence.
look them up on Instagram real quick, Bori Sushi, just so you can see it.
Check it out.
Okay.
Yo, Derek, before your phone dies, anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out VMS Management. Shout out RDR Promotions. Shout out Terry Plus Tees, making all the gear, making us get fly.
Oh, I like
Shout out Whitley Boxing, man. We could Jim being strong, producing
And
still.
Bori sushi, I like it. I already see the pictures.
You see it, yo? I'm telling you, it's good.
And be on the lookout, Derrick Whitley on everything. Be out. I probably got like 3-4 fights this year, so coming.
I love it. I'll be there, man. I'll be there. I'm looking forward to watching you guys. Denzel, I'll be there like literally on the ring. So
All right, yo.
let's go. Give me a show, man. I want to see something.
Yo,
I want to see
Hey,
Denzel,
nothing
y'all bring him a hoodie. Y'all bring him a hoodie.
Oh yeah, I got you, yo. Check the hoodies right here.
King
Yo,
of the
merch,
jungle.
merch
King of
merch
the
going crazy.
jungle.
Merch
Oh,
going crazy.
yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
got
That's
the
what
big
I'm
ape
talking
in the
about
back.
right
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, something real quick. Big A.
Okay.
That's what we
All
do.
right. All right. Yo, TG stands for the gorilla, too. I love the theme, man, bro. I
Hey.
love it. I love it. Yo, listen, guys, thank you again. The Whitleys, my friend. This is the first time.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming on this week. Much love, much support. And I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all do next.
You know it.
Thank you for having us.
We gonna get on the
man.
Rivera card next. That's what's next. Rivera card.
Absolutely.
Yo, hey, my man wants to. Hey, I'll tell you what. You want the strap?
Make it happen. Make it happen.
It's up for grabs at this point.
Oh.
He said he got 2. I'm gonna have to go on a diet.
We just want if you just know
as far as I know, the 147 is vacant, so I can always get my hands on that strap as well.
look, how about you got a double feature on the same night. That's a sellout.
I'll tell you right now, Rivera
That's a
Promotions
sellout.
is up for it.
That's a
Shout out to
sellout.
your promoters.
Only thing
If
better
the
than one
promoters
Whitley
are
is
okay
2.
with it. Y'all
Right.
got a home in Worcester, Mass.
That's a sellout. And we bring Rollin back. Now you got the trifecta.
Oh, man.
Oh,
You selling
Yo,
out.
Roland, if you watch this tonight, come get that 2-0. Come get that
Ah,
2-0 work.
It's
okay.
getting hot in here. Woo.
hey,
Love
y'all,
it.
good look. Always, as always.
All right, much love, fellas. Shout out to Springfield. Shout out to Willie's Boxing. Take it easy.
Everybody follow me on Instagram, Denzel Whitley. My business page.
Derrick Whitley on everything.
Denzel, I'll see you in Framingham. I'm going to follow you. Woo. I'm pumped, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm pumped with this. Guys,
I'll give you a show.
I'll
don't
be
blink.
there. I will be there.
And
Don't
shout
blink.
out to I want to shout out one more Springfield fighter, Joshua Ortha. That kid is
That's
nice.
my guy. That's my guy.
That kid is nice.
Nice.
That kid is nice. He
That's
fought,
my
I think,
guy.
one time over here in Worcester, maybe once or twice, but that kid is nice. And he's
That boy
good.
be
He's
working.
already fought another
fight
undefeated
everybody.
guy.
He
Yeah.
fight everybody.
Yo, and I seen a picture of him when he was like 200 pounds. I can't believe it.
He's came a long way. That boy came a long way.
We used to go to the gym and be like, yeah, 4 foot. What's he? Almost 5 feet, 5'2".
Almost.
No bull. Yo, this dude's like 5'2", like 200 pounds at one point. Now he fights at what, 126?
Yeah. He got down. He
And
did it
killing
though.
them. He did fighting everybody.
That's crazy.
Well,
Love
shout out
it.
to the field. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all.
too,
Good
man.
night. Take it easy, fellas.
Sorry.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
yo.
You guys are more than welcome back. Good luck, Denzel. We'll see you Framingham the 26th,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
I'll see
Let's
y'all.
go.
Take it easy.